What is up, guys? You're tuning into this Okiru podcast. I'm your co-host, Jasper, and we thank you so much for spending this time with us. We hope you enjoy this episode. Make sure to follow us on our socials at Okiru on Instagram, Okiru on Facebook, Okiru on YouTube, and also Okiru on major platforms such as Spotify and Apple Music. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. We hope you enjoy.
Okiru.
What's going on? We got the Tisiri boys in the podcast.
Yes.
Welcome Abdul and Adam. How's it been going, guys?
Not too
what's
bad,
going on,
not too
guys?
bad.
Yo, let's go. How's your week been?
Yeah, it's been a good week, man.
Yeah?
Fine, let me think. Yeah, actually, this week's been quite busy, you know. Adam and I have been really trying to think about how to get more people in the door. So we've been, like, ideating, basically. So, like, coming up with strategies and different things to try and get people more excited.
Yeah.
You know, because we've only been here for about 2.5 months. So we need to get the word out there. You know, people don't know what Tisiri is.
Yeah.
So, you know, we come up with a couple of ideas that we're gonna launch next week. So yeah, it's been really good, bro. It's been really
That's
good.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you guys been posting a lot more on your socials, and you've got like that style as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks dope, man. It looks dope.
Yeah. It's good. It's
good.
Yeah.
So how did Tisiri come about?
Yeah. Bro, Tisiri is like an idea that came out of us looking at the market
Yeah.
and coming up with something that the market doesn't have. You know, if you look at Tisiri, what you'll notice is that firstly, it doesn't look like a traditional food truck. You know, it's got a 3.5 meter window looking into like a kitchen. Yeah. So essentially, it's an open kitchen in a portable body type of thing. You know what I mean? And the menu is something you might find in Melbourne as well. Like we're doing char grilled brisket. You know.
It's fucking delicious, by the way. Yeah, it's so fucking good.
It's good. It's good.
That's all that matters.
So yeah, Tisiri came about out of us researching and coming up with something that the market doesn't have.
Yeah.
You know.
What was the leap like taking that leap, right? Because especially when you want to be something new that the market hasn't seen.
Yeah.
How was it ideating for that, and what was the story behind it? Like, tell us that journey of building Tisiri to where it is right now.
Do you have time?
You guys, much time as you guys have, man.
Essentially, it just came from all the years of us helping other people, running other people's stuff, constantly getting asked to be like, hey man, we need help. We need your help to set up a kitchen.
Yeah.
And the more we did it for others, the more we worked for other big people in the industry, we realized we're like, why don't...
Is the music too loud?
Should we turn it off?
Yeah, let's take it.
I just put it low. Put it low.
I just realized.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
No, that's fine.
Sorry, Adam.
No.
Shut up.
Let me just double check this as well.
It's all good.
It's so hard to see with the setting.
Alright. Yeah.
So essentially we just like one day we just looked at each other and we were like, bro, let's just do it ourselves.
Yeah.
Let's just try it. Because as many other hospitality people would know, like there's a lot of like shit that you got to put up with, you know, when serving customers, it's all smiles and all this stuff, but behind the scenes, it's a lot of like, just a lot of dirty work. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? And then like luckily he was a barista, or he's a barista, and then he's a front of house manager, and I was a chef / head chef, and we're like, let's just try it. And then I think after like 6 years running other people's stuff, like in the North trials and areas and stuff, we just like, let's just do it.
Yeah.
And originally we were going to do like a container, a burger shop. We had all these other ideas, and then we were just like, you know what? Let's just try something really different.
Yeah.
You know, really different. And even though like we came up with the barbecue, the charcoal idea, like there's many things that we were like, if we had to do it again, we'd do a little like things a little bit different. But that's part of the journey, you know. You learn through your errors and stuff like that. You know, but essentially we just wanted to take the risk of doing it for ourselves, because we did it for so long for so many people, and we just saw them like all the responsibility, all the pressure was on us.
Yeah.
The only thing that they did was just fund money. You know what I mean? Which is I get it. Like it's part of like you need money to do it. But if you're smart enough, you don't need to inject as much money as you think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people like to think like, oh, something's not working, I'll inject more money. When half the time it's it's not about the money. It's about like a good execution, a good idea. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, the strategy behind
Yeah,
it.
straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up strategy. You know? Like many of the big people, like they started in their garage and then boom, they blew up. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's so awesome to hear. Like, you know, you guys coming together, creating something that is missing in the market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know, how'd you guys even meet? Like, before the idea came,
Yeah, like-
let's do this. How'd you guys meet? And
We've known each other for like years.
Yeah.
Like Adam's older than me, but I went to the same school as he did.
Right.
Primary school. But he was a couple of years older,
yeah.
and then later on we came together when there was a cafe that opened up in my area, Roxo Park, and they needed a chef. And then they asked me, do you know any chefs? And I knew that Adam was like working in this place in the city.
Yeah.
And I called him and he was like, yeah, I'm down.
Pretty much,
sick.
pretty
and,
much.
and then, so that's pretty much how the whole journey started. I think that was back in like 2016. And then we've been working together, like he's in the back, I'm in the front, like ever since then.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, we're just like, and we have the same group of boys as well. Like all of our close mates are like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're just one group.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And yeah, bro, like you said earlier, it's like it came out of that desire to just do something for ourselves, because like our effort, our sweat, our hard work, dedication was going to the pocket of somebody else, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, I can do this, you know? So it's like that fueled the desire to start.
Yeah.
you know?
Yes. That's it. That's it. Did you guys like have any guidance through this process, or did you guys just learn it as you went through it?
I think 50-50.
Yeah.
Like there was a solid period in my career just before we left. So in a time frame, this was like a 5-year process.
Right.
So when we were running other people's things, we were just like, hey, we're gonna do something one day, eventually. And life like happened, and you know, it got pushed and prolonged. But there was a solid period where like for I think like 3 years, I was literally going to like every kitchen that I could just to see like how they run as a business. I couldn't care less about recipes, about like just becoming a better chef. I just wanted to know how they succeeded as a business. You know what I mean? And I went and worked at like big places like Meat Smith and all these like big name like locally in Australia or in Melbourne. And I just after 3 years of asking questions, seeing how they do things, figures, you know, and staff and all this stuff, I was like, all right, I get a good gist of it. And I was like, I was like, bro, let's just do it now.
Yeah.
Let's just do it now. You know what I mean?
That's amazing. It's that research of going into these businesses and asking people, right? I think that's like amazing to have that initiative to do that. And now you've got your own business, right?
Yeah.
It's very important to stand on the shoulders of people who have done it before.
100%.
You know, because like you can only get so far on your own grit and on your own determination, you know, like, but like a really wise man learns from the mistakes of others.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's beautiful.
That's kind of how we look at it. But at the same time, it goes hand in hand with your own initiative.
Yeah.
You know, like nothing will get done if you don't want to get it done. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
How's it like? Because when we started as well, we were like long-time friends as well. And a lot of people like saying, you always hear that advice like, oh, don't get into business with your friend or anything like that. What's it like? Has it been for you guys?
Yeah.
I don't know, like, it's been good. It's been amazing. Like, not gonna lie, like, we have our ups and downs. Like, me and him has fought so many times. We have fought so many times. But at the same time, like, I personally think, like, a friendship, you need to have that up and down. Like, you can't just accept someone at their best. You need to accept them at their worst. You know what I mean? And we're fairly, like, religious people, you know? Like, we're, like, any arguments happen, anything that's like a dispute, we'll be like, how does the religion like, you know, tell us to resolve it? And one of the things that they say is like, you never really know a person until you've traveled with them, live with them, or do business with them.
Yeah.
And fortunately, we've done at least 2 out of the 3, you know, like there was a period probably we were kicking it together, and just before I got married, we like lived with each other for a little bit, like between houses and stuff. But I've traveled with him, and we're in business, and we've known each other enough to be like, you know, like, let's just do it. You know what I mean? Like whatever whatever bullshit you got, I'll put up with it because I love you.
Yeah,
That's it.
exactly,
It's-
right?
It literally is just like family. Like, you know, you just like that auntie, she does my head in, you know, all this stuff. But she's family, and you're
Yeah.
just like, if I really need to, she'll be there for me. Kind of
Exactly.
thing, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go.
Another thing is that like I view Adam like my older brother.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, there's always like that underlying level of respect. You know, like if he says something to me that I think is a bit ridiculous, he might be saying it for a reason that I can't see yet. You know, so I have to trust that. Like he knows what's best at that current moment. Because at the end of the day, this is a cooking business, right? And who's got more experience out of the two of us, me or him?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it comes down to that level of underlying respect, and also knowing that you don't know everything. You know what I mean? Like, so you have to have that humility. You have to have that humility. You know,
Yeah.
you can't let your ego get the best of you. You know,
Exactly.
like if you want to talk about disputes, right? Like Adam and I have had disputes over the months and the years in the past, and it's like we always come through that dispute stronger as a team. You know what I mean? Because we understand that at the end of the day, we're doing this together. You know, and you can only get so far by yourself. There's a beautiful saying. It goes, if you want to travel fast, go alone. But if you want to travel far, go together.
Yeah.
You know, how good is that saying?
That's
You know
a
what I mean?
beautiful one, man.
Yeah. So it's like respect, humility, and just swallow that ego.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work on yourself. You know?
100%.
Yeah.
You need a team.
You need a team.
Yeah.
Like you'd understand, like doing what you guys are doing, like how many factors there is that you have to do and cover, and all these like areas that you got to be like, I got to know all this shit, and you're not a master of like most of them.
Exactly.
Yes.
But if you have a team and someone that specializes in an area, it takes pressure off. You know what I mean? And we've been fortunate enough to have like a good group of boys that, like, for example, I studied graphic design at uni, but we have another one of the other boys who's a videographer, he's a graphic designer, Musti, and whenever like I don't have time, I just like, bro, can you help me out?
Yeah.
You know, whether like we pay him and all this stuff, but he does it out of love, whether we paid him or not. But we rather pay him than pay some stranger, because we're gonna pay some stranger to do it.
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean? So it's all about like just like literally having a good team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one thing we learned is like diversity of minds, right?
Yeah.
It's necessary. Like imagine if you had a team and you all had the same strengths. Like who's gonna do the stuff that
Yeah.
you're weak in, right?
That's
Eventually you'll have to pay someone else to do it. So may as well have
That's right.
friends and
That's
loved
right.
ones that know how to do that.
It's like the Avengers, man.
You're building a team. Building a team.
I like
Building a
that.
team.
Yeah.
You guys mentioned before, like we were chatting, like the struggle is important. Like what struggles did you guys go through?
Bro, so many, bro.
Bro, just moving this trailer.
Yeah, moving this trailer for one is a
Trailer.
big struggle.
Yeah.
But I guess the biggest struggle would be like not knowing what's ahead, you know, and trying to plan for things that you think will happen but don't actually happen, or when they do happen, they're worse than what you anticipated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like trying to juggle with that in the go, or like on the go, sorry. And it's like that was a big struggle for me, you know, adjusting to the whole weight of having a business rely on the actions of yourself and your partner. That's a big struggle as well. It's a lot of responsibility, you know. Sometimes we think that the sacrifice that we put in will be enough, but it's not. So you have to put in more.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, bro, that was a big struggle personally, you know.
I think understanding what's a dream and reality. You know what I mean? Like for example, like a lot of people have dreams and all this stuff, but is it like can you execute it? It's a reality, you know what I mean? Like for example, when we did this, we were like, how big should we do it? And we were like, oh, we'll do it 6 meters. We'll do it like we'll do it like big ego things, you know, we'll be the biggest like food trailer. And then later we're just like, oh, that was just a dream, because our reality was to make it portable and easy to move, and that's out the window.
Because it's so big.
It's so big, you know
so
what I mean?
big,
So like our dream just literally shattered on our reality, if that makes sense, you know? So that's why we stationed what we did, and we were like, we have to make use of what we already established, if that makes sense.
Mm.
You know, because we were originally gonna like go to like festivals, do events,
Yeah.
Pop-ups. You know?
But then like after 2-3 moves, we're like, bro, this trailer's gonna break. You know what I mean? This trailer's gonna break.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Yeah. Like I'll tell you a funny story. Like, one day we were behind a shop on Sydney Road, and we were getting ready for a night service, right? And we're all in the trailer. There's like, I think there was 4 of us in there, and all of a sudden, like, we notice that the world is moving. And then we realize that the trailer's rolling down the hill while we're on it. Right? And it was insane, bro. And like, thank God nothing happened, nothing was damaged, nothing was hit. And we were like, bro.
Damn.
But it rolled and then it just stopped.
Yeah.
Because how the roll, like the floor was like, it just rolled and then it stopped and it didn't hit nothing. And there was cars and everything. It didn't hit nothing. And we were just like, we literally got out and we were just like, thank God.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, like there was a car right there. There was a big barricade right there. And it missed everything. All the boys jumped out just freaking out. Going, what the hell, bro? What the hell? Losing their nut.
Wow.
You know?
Bro, I was actually like, I'm done. Fuck it. I'm done. I'm out. And then Adam was like, bro, come on, bro. You know what I mean? You know, like I'm like, bro, I'm done. I'm going home.
Were you guys serving at the time? Like
no. We were getting ready for a night service.
And that's the good thing I think about us. Like we complement each other. Like whenever he's like
at my limit.
Yeah, at his limit, I'll pull him back. And vice versa. Like I used to be a very hot tempered, like standard typical chef, you know what I mean? And he'll pull me back, you know, and I'm always like headstrong. Like the best way to describe me is like I'm a train without brakes. It's always like going, you know? And he pulls me back and he's like, bro, slow it down, look at the bigger picture. You know, and like same as him, like whenever he's like throwing in the towel, like I'll give him a good slap, like, hey, this is what we got to do. And he'll look at me like, yeah, all right. And that's what happened that day when the trailer rolled.
Literally, bro.
I was just like, I'm done. I'm going home. I'm finished with this. I'm over it. And I looked at him, I'm like, bro, we're making money tonight.
Yeah. That's what you said.
Bro, we're making money tonight. We're going to deal with this.
I don't give a shit what happens.
We're not going home empty-handed.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And we just pushed through.
But that period was late December, early January, and that's where you see the photos behind you. So this was when we were testing out the whole concept of being portable, right? Because these are all pop-up locations, and that was also when we realized that being a portable business was not a viable option, right? Because it was going to be a matter of adding an extra 2 hours to our day, maybe 3 hours to our day, because we're taking it there. And then taking it back, and that just wasn't feasible. You know, like imagine your day ends at 10 p.m. and minimum you're going to be at home by like 12:30, 1, and we're finishing service at 10. So add on another half an hour for cleaning up, add on another 45 minutes for getting ready, and 30 minutes drive time. You know what I mean? It just wasn't viable. So yeah, that goes back to Adam's point earlier about a struggle where it's like the dream that you have about a business doesn't translate to reality. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was that period for me personally, bro, was a very difficult period because it was just so like shit was going wrong left, right, and center. Or like, and you doubt yourself, you know? You doubt yourself hard. So it's like, bro, are we doing the right thing here? You know what I mean? Like, bro, just imagine you wake up in the morning and it's like, all right, let's get started. And literally from the moment you wake up, problem. So you're solving problems like from the moment you wake up until you sleep. Solving problems the whole day through, and it's a matter of can you get through this point? You know, because right now, bro, we have it pretty good. You know what I mean? Right now, we have it to a point where it's like Adam and I wake up. We sometimes get a coffee together, sometimes we get breakfast. You know what I mean? Like, but back then, bro, it was go, and it's like go, stop, go, cry. You know what I mean, bro? Like it was. You have to break through that point of like no return. You know,
you have to be a problem solver. If you're gonna be a business owner, you have to be a problem solver. You can't complain. You can't whinge. You can't just throw money and expect someone else to do it. You have to be a problem solver.
Yeah, there's so much trouble with like starting a business. Like there's so much things that can happen.
Yeah, bro.
like, but yeah, like what for you guys? What was the thing that like just kept forcing you to keep going? Like what was
Everything's temporary.
Yeah.
Everything's temporary. If you have a mindset where you're just like, okay, it's hard now, but it'll be easy later, you'll do it.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
there's a saying, was it a hadith or something?
Which one?
Through every struggle, there's ease.
Yeah. Through hardship comes easy.
Through hardship, there's ease. You know what I mean? So you got to go through hardship, and at the end of it, you're just like, oh, it's calm, it's chill now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like it's just that kind of mentality, and if you
100%.
want it enough, you go through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
it's just like anything. It's just like
Yeah.
life. You know,
Yeah.
like learning how to walk. Like you went through struggle. Like I see my daughter like trying to walk, and she falls all the time, and she's like, it's just like get up, you got to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
And just to add on to that, like, if you're someone who wants to achieve things in the future, you know, like, and you want to get to a spot that's better than where you're at right now, like, the guaranteed way to not reach that spot is to keep doing what you're doing right now. You know, so if you're doing the same thing you're doing today, you can expect to be in the same spot a year from now.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to change it up, no matter what it is. You know, what do they say? They say like a 1% increment in your habits like leads to like a 37% change in growth or something
Yeah.
like that. Just a 1% increase. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Over time. So it's like we knew that going in. We knew it was going to be tough, and we were like, we have to just keep pushing through. You know, keep pushing through.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, we're going to be in the exact same position that we were when we started.
Yeah.
You know, working for people, unhappy, dissatisfied, you know, going to bed, like, thinking, like, fire up, bro, like I'm wasting, you know, like I'm wasting my time here.
Yeah, definitely. And it goes to show, like, I'm really realizing that importance of the incremental growth, compound effect,
Yes.
and the patience of getting to where you are, because it's like sometimes we set a goal for ourselves, but we always want it now.
Yeah.
And like when that doesn't happen, we're just like so discouraged.
Yeah.
But the fact is, you have to ask yourself, was my plan to get it now, or was it to be like 5 years from now? And I have to always ask myself that, like, I want to be here, but I am doing the things I'm doing daily to get there. Why am I discouraging myself? I'm not even there yet, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's like, just keep going. Because like in terms of like investments and stuff like that, that's what I'm kind of, the best way I can like kind of explain this is Warren Buffett had this bet with I think a hedge fund or something. And it was like, they had like a 5-year or 10-year bet, like who's going to earn more money. Warren Buffett was just going to invest in one company and just let it passively increase. And then the hedge fund was going to do trading daily, right? And like within 5 years of the 10 years, people were asking Warren Buffett, you're losing to these guys, like they're earning way more money than you. And he's like, the 10 years isn't up yet. So why are you like asking? And it's just like, you ask yourself that, like, is what you're doing right now, like you do it continually, and then have you reached that time frame of when you want to succeed? And it's like, no, I haven't. Then you just keep going. You keep going. You keep pushing through, right? So it's like you said, the importance of that 1% getting better, but doing it daily.
Yeah,
100%.
I think it's very hard for us today as well, bro, because like we're so conditioned to get things quick. You know what I mean? Like, like everything is just like at our fingertips like that.
Yeah.
So
Get
it's
rich overnight.
yeah, bro.
Yeah, get
Like
rich overnight.
literally, just like put some money into crypto, 3x's overnight, pull out, done. I'm rich.
Exactly.
Like right. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a difficult concept to grasp the meaning of patience, the meaning of time frames, you know, medium, long term, like in today's day and age, like those, it's a very difficult concept to grasp.
100%.
You know?
And I like what you guys talked about before, having that, you started off with the big dream. You want that 6 meter foot trailer. And then when you start to like break it down, you realize that's not a realistic goal.
Yeah.
And because of you had that big dream, you were able to make it happen. Look, it's right here in front of us, right? So it's don't be discouraged if you can't reach your goal now.
That's true.
Sometimes it's like what we learned last week. Sometimes you just have to place that goal in a different pot, right? In a
Right.
different
Yeah.
space, and you might find it. It'll grow even more.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
You have to adapt.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
adapt.
You have
That's
to
right.
adapt.
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest flaws, like I've learned or we've learned, seeing other business owners, other restaurant, just business owners in general, is not being able to accept that their idea wasn't that great, or their process of the idea was one half good and the other half has to change or whatever. You know what I mean? And I think that's what we learned with this. We're like big things, you know, want to be like the biggest, you know, centerpiece, and we realized like nah, like it's either stationed or it's portable. It can't be both. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? So and you just have to adapt. You just gotta accept that. You know.
Yeah, definitely adapting. Because
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing. Because like
Yeah.
when you fail, you can't just like go, oh man, just keep doing the same idea over and over
Exactly,
again.
yeah.
Oh, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
It's gonna work.
Yeah.
I want to know how long did it take for you guys to like conceptualize everything
Yeah.
from the point of
Yeah,
let's do
from-
this,
yeah.
then yeah.
Bro, it would have been quicker, but it was about from point of ideation to realization was about 6 to 7 months. You know, so we started shopping for a trailer. I think it was May, and then we got it about early December, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it exciting? Like,
Bro, it was
It was crazy.
it was exciting, but it was also very busy.
Yeah.
It was a very busy time. Like, I would go to Adam's house every single day, and we would sit on the computer. Like, we would organize our branding, we would organize our suppliers, how we're gonna do this. You know what I mean? Like, there was a lot of like pen to paper work,
Yeah.
and just conversations daily. Like, like basically, we would try to anticipate problems that we would face. You know what I mean? How we're gonna resolve that.
Yeah.
You know, and we didn't have all the answers straight away. Of course not. You know, but yeah, we essentially just. Once we decided that the burger shop was out of the question because the burger market is oversaturated.
Yeah.
And then we decided that the shipping container idea was a bit silly because it was going to be very expensive to get it fitted out the way we wanted it.
Yeah.
We settled on, and we also decided against a food truck because that was going to be 50K over budget. So we decided on a food trailer. All right. So as you can see, there's like steps.
Yeah.
Like steps to the final product, right? So once we decided on the food trailer, we decided, okay, who's going to be our manufacturer?
Yeah.
You know? So that was when we started researching, okay, all the different manufacturers in Melbourne, you know? So I can't remember how many places we went to. You know, I remember this.
There's some dodgy ones. Some really dodgy
Tell them the
ones.
one that's just up the road. Yeah.
Call it out.
Anyway, there's this shop up the road. Long story short, we walked in, we looked at things, and like we looked at things. The guy didn't give us good customer service. It was like a little container with all these trailers in there, and everything just did not look like it was built well, you know.
shit.
And everything had like made in China, but like the bad version of
Yeah.
made in China. And literally me, this guy, and our other business partner, our accountant, we walked in and we started looking at stuff and we're like, it's all made in China. It's made in China.
Yeah.
And we walked out of the place just saying, "Fuck, man, that place is made in China."
Like literally, like it was a very small warehouse, but it was packed to the brim
Yeah.
with these shells of trailers, right? And they were just so shoddy. Like you can literally look at it and you can tell that it won't last more than 6 months on the road. You know what I mean? And we just walked out. But anyway,
And it was cheap. It was like really
very cheap, like dirt cheap.
Like
yeah.
15 grand cheaper than, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
That's what red flags.
yeah. So from that point, researching different manufacturers. So we locked in the manufacturer, and this was like COVID, right?
Yeah.
So this is when everybody was like shutting down, you know, like shipping delays, all that stuff. So basically, we were told by our builder that it was going to take 6 to 12 weeks. It took him like maybe 5 months. You know what I mean? It took ages. And all that waiting just made us more anxious to get started. And but yeah, bro, it was like we looked at basically all the problems that we thought we could anticipate, and we tried to solve them on pen and paper.
Yeah.
We had like Excel sheets talking about how this is our supply for this. You know what I mean? Like a lot of brain work behind the actual product that you see in front of you before it was actually made.
Yeah.
You know, so that literally when we had it, we just plug and play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a good feeling. Plug and play.
That's it, man. That's it. I want to ask about, you know, starting your own business, and did that have any conflict with your religion, your culture, or anything like that? Because we had, it might be different because we had another guest on. She's a young, just out of high school, started her own business, Muslim background.
She's Muslim,
Muslim background, and she was going through struggles like starting her own business. Like, did you guys have any of that for you, or was it?
In terms of religion, and I don't know, our religion, it promotes like us to like do business and stuff like that. Probably the one thing that like just running on what you just said, a lot of people tend to get culture and religion mixed up. So culture is one thing, religion is one thing, and people tend to mix the two and say like, it's the same. It's not. You know, and half the time it could be probably like pressure from the parents, stuff like that. But the only, I guess, rule that we had was just as long as it's halal and we can enjoy, that's it. And we didn't even market it that way. We didn't even have any intention of being like, this is just a Muslim thing, or like be like one of those like ethnic shops in the north, like just strictly Muslim and not have like non-Muslims feel like, I'm not comfortable going there. We didn't want it to be like that because we're Muslim, but we integrate with other people. We're in Australia, like your belief is one thing, but everyone should treat each other with respect.
Exactly.
That's probably the only thing. Like as long as it was halal and fun, and appealing to our generation, youth, and families and stuff like that. But yeah, do you have any?
Like in terms of challenges from a religious perspective, not really, because Islam is very conducive to like commerce and business and capitalism and all that type of stuff. Like we're encouraged to like go out there and make your money, feed your family, feed yourself, as long as there was no like interest, then you're all good. But yeah, just piggybacking off what Adam said earlier about how we didn't go into this like this is a Muslim business, we serve only Muslims, like we're just a business that happens to serve halal food, you know what I mean? But that's not a point that we market at all. It's just we're a food truck, we'll make good food, come down. That's all it is. You know what I mean?
That's it, man.
That's it.
Simple.
No politics behind it.
No, it doesn't need. We sell food.
Exactly.
Why does it need to be politics? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But yeah, like I can understand what you meant earlier about the guest that was on your podcast. Like, there could be cultural implications to her challenges. But for us personally, bro, it was just a matter of like me. My mum was like, as long as you have your degree, I don't give a crap what you do, because to her, education is very important, as it is to all of our parents. You know what I mean? And I was, and for me also, like I was in this degree for a long time, and I never really finished it. But I finished it. I'm like, all right, I got this. Here's a certificate. I'm out.
Exactly.
But yeah, bro, for them, they really value that degree. But yeah.
And what's the worst thing that can happen? You know what I mean? Like you give this a shot, you try, let's say you fail, you go back to a 9 to 5. At least you
exactly.
tried.
Exactly.
But you will never know until you try.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And people are like, but you might be wasting your time, think of your future, all these like you need super or whatever, all these like safety nets. But you can't guarantee tomorrow.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
Honestly, like you can work, like imagine dedicating your life like 25 years at a job, thinking you're gonna have all these super, you're gonna have houses, you're gonna have all, and then the next day you get a heart attack. Boom. You don't get to enjoy none of that. Enjoy the moment, be good to people, stuff like that. But just nothing guarantees tomorrow.
That's right.
So just go at it hard.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right, bro. That's right, man. Like, I always say this. Yeah, it's like one of the boys. He was having a dilemma at work, and he basically wants to move on to another job. Right. And Adam and I both said to him, like, bro, what are you gonna regret more? Like, are you gonna regret moving on or staying on? You know what I mean? Just think about what future you will regret more, and try and stay true to and try and stay true to that. So yeah,
definitely.
There's a lot of people I was just gonna say with like the negativity that people say like, oh, you're wasting your time with it. Like what are you doing like in your current job? Aren't you like, if you hate it so much, coming to work to every day, then that's wasting time. Not pursuing what you love. Pursuing what you love is not wasting time. At least like trying it. You know?
Yeah, that's true, bro. That's true.
I think a lot of people get scared in taking a risk in themselves. They don't believe in themselves enough to just see success in themselves.
Yeah.
There's many, like in my career, I've met many talented chefs.
Yeah.
Like a lot, like more talented than me. I don't even think I'm the best. The only difference between me and them is that I had the confidence to believe in myself, to be like, no, I can do this.
Yeah.
You know, it might not be at a fine dining level, but it'll be at a level where I'm happy with. And it's one portion of the market of many, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like there's so many talented chefs that like they're on good salary and also they got talent, but they're all just like, nah, I just want to piggyback off someone, or I just want to like to get paid and not worry about like the other stress.
And that's fine.
And that's fine. That's totally fine.
If that's what you want, that's what you want. You know. But like everybody's different. You know.
Yeah.
Some people can't go to sleep thinking about how their efforts are making somebody else wealthy. You know. But and some people are fine with just like that security of going to work, you know, doing your job and not worrying about when you come home, you know. And each to their own. You know, we're not here to judge them or like anything like that. But for Adam and myself and for you guys as well, like we want to build something that we can call our own.
Exactly.
You know, we want to leave a legacy. Like we're trying to better ourselves. You know.
Yeah.
We want to look back at our past and be proud of our past. 100%. You know, like I did that, I made that. You know, we made that. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Okiru.
Tisiri. Okiru. That's it. Get up, man. You gotta get up, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you learned in your journey so far that you wish you knew starting?
That's a good question.
A lot, bro. Good question.
Yeah?
That's a very bright. That's
Go on, Adam. Yeah.
That's an everyday. What do you mean? I gotta process things. Anything I learned, probably.
I'll start it off. So it's
Go,
like,
you start off.
so like, one of the best lessons I learned, bro, from this whole journey and experience, bro, is just you have to be able to like be very adaptable.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes that means that the end goal is not going to be what you picture, but not adapting will mean that your business will fail. You know, so I learned how to like literally be able to have conversations with myself. Like it's okay that what you want isn't what you're gonna get, because if what you want happens, then people will never do this again. You know, they'll never come to you. The business will not work out. So I learned how to swallow my ego, like really swallow my ego. You know, accept that my ideas are not as good as I thought.
Yeah.
You know, and basically just be comfortable with my infallibility, with my inadequacy, you know? So I learned a lot of like, I don't know how to word it, but like, you know, I learned that my self-worth isn't, doesn't tie into the quality of my ideas, you know? Like if my ideas are shit, it doesn't mean that I'm shit.
Yeah.
You get me?
Oh, man, that's beautiful. That's 100% true, right?
Yeah,
you want to know
yeah.
your thoughts, man. You want to know your thoughts, bro.
Yeah, bro. Exactly. Like, bro, now it's like, because before I used to be like, even when I bring it up to Adam, I'm like, I think about it like, bro, is this idea really good? You know? So like, I tell to Adam, is like, bro, that's shit. You know what I mean? and then like, I'd get like really like, oh fuck, bro, my ideas are shit.
Maybe I'm a shit cat.
but like, no, it's like, what do you reckon? Shit? Yeah, all right, no worries. Back to the drawing board. You know, like back to the drawing board. Straight up.
Yeah.
But I think it's also you gotta give feedback. So like, if he comes to me, gives me an idea, and I say shit, I like 9 out of 10, I'll be like, this is why it's shit.
Yeah.
Or I'd like, and there's a thing that I do. I think it's just because of how I train people in kitchens in the past, where I just go, tell me the reason why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, explain to me why I said it's shit. You know, and I'll literally break it down. Like, did you think of this? Did you think of this? Did you think of this? What's your end output? How is it going to be put through in the system?
Yeah.
All the procedure, like the whole like from start to finish. Because a lot of the time people just think of the finish.
Yeah.
You know, they don't think of like how you're gonna get there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I think that is probably a good way to like build someone. You know what I mean? You can't just say it's shit. Why? Oh, it's just shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
It's-
But yeah, like the whole process just basically turns you into someone that can come up with concepts and ideas on the fly that have a very high chance of succeeding.
Yeah.
You know, because having someone that you can bounce ideas off of, getting that feedback, and then vice versa, like the both of you, like eventually the two of you or your team turns into just a machine that just churns. Like think about Apple. You know what I mean? Apple never misses.
Yeah, man.
They never miss, bro.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
they've been
It's true.
like all of them. What do you think they do all day? You know what I mean? How do we do this? How do we make it better? How do we innovate? And then they're just bang, 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 just smashing it up. And that's how it is, bro. It's like you're together. You're coming with the concept. You get shot down. You go back to the drawing board. You fix it up. You bring it back. You get shot like that. You know, that's what I learned in this business. You know, like how to build something that's good.
Yeah.
That solves a problem.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's good having that conversation with your partner
Yeah.
or whatever, and because then you can refine it before it goes out to the people.
Yes.
So what comes out is quality.
Yeah.
And that's what
Yeah.
people come back for, like the quality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. You know what's important for that, but as well, last thing I'll say about that is that you have to trust the person that you're sitting next to.
100%.
You know, because you have to feel like when you say something to this person, they're not gonna judge you.
Yes.
You know, you get me?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, this guy's actually dumb. Yeah. So you have to have trust.
Huh?
The guys at Martin Coffee are doing some really cool stuff, bro.
They are.
Yeah.
They
My
are.
coffee is lit.
Yeah. It's a beautiful space, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it is nice. Yeah.
It's a very humble shop, but like they do some incredible events.
Yeah.
Yes.
True, man.
Nah, it's cool, man.
Shout out to Mike and Coffee.
Yeah,
and,
shout out to Mike and Coffee,
and all the
man.
guys
We got
out
fans
there.
over here.
Make sure you go check him out, man. Check him out. But yeah, you mentioned you wanted to ask some questions.
So like, basically, you guys, right? You guys are all like mates, right?
yeah.
Is that how you guys started out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you wanna give him a breakdown?
How do we start at Okiru?
Yes.
Basically. I pretty much had like, because I knew that this guy was like a sick designer. He designed for we had a Unity Games, a sports event, and he designed the jersey for like their locale. And I was like, oh man, that is sick. I always like wanted to start a clothing business, but I never did it because I was like, oh, I'm not where do I start? So I saw this guy. We like pretty much connected. We were like, hey, you want to start something? I think it was like a night that we were like, we had a night out, and then we were like, hey, let's do something. And then we were like, yeah, let's do it.
Start sketching and stuff like that.
Nah, that's good.
You know? And sometimes that's how things happen, right? It's like over beers or something like that. It's chilling. And it's like, hey, let's try something, and then you just do it. And then we just spent like weeks just like visualizing and just sketching things out
Planning,
and just planning how we want to do this. It's initially started off as a gymwear brand.
Interesting.
And then, because we had a lot of mates in like the powerlifting community or just, like
nice.
And even us.
bodybuilders,
Even us,
even us, we were like, we just loved the gym, right? And then, like, long story short, shit happened in our life, and like we were gonna give up on it, right? We wanted to quit because we were like, dude, like all this stuff that's happening in our life is just too heavy right now.
Yeah.
But we found out like just coming together, working on the thing that we were passionate about, we were like, this is actually like saving us, right? Because we're removing the distractions of what's happening in the world, and we're just putting pen to paper. We're just drawing, we're just sketching, just letting our brains just be free. And we were like, let's do something that's want to inspire people to get up from struggle, right? Because struggle is important. If we didn't have struggle, we wouldn't be here right now. We wouldn't have met you guys. And that's why we developed Okiru, right?
Yeah.
So
we got out of that struggle and pretty much just like from the gymwear, it was about to be called Conquest before, but we changed it into Okiru because Okiru means get up. And like when we got out of that struggle, we're like, hey, let's do something that we can. It's almost like when we were listening to the other podcasts, like serving the person that you once were.
and
we're
that's
like,
it. Yeah,
like helping others, like we were once in our own position. And like, let's change the name to Okiru. Let's make the message about our brand about this. You know, like,
What are you guys' background like professional backgrounds?
I'm a videographer, and
I'm a designer. Like that's why I graduated, but I'm in warehousing. Right.
Oh, nice.
But like, you know, it's so hard to, it was hard to get a job. So I was
Yeah,
like, you know
100%.
what, might as well just do something for myself.
Yeah,
100%.
We started something and it's like, look, where are we now? And it was quite discouraging because like last day of uni, imagine getting told like everyone in this class isn't going to find a job.
Yeah.
And it's just
They
like,
told you.
legit.
That was the same for me. I did it at Swinburne, communication design.
Yeah.
And I looked at the top like 3 students, and I looked at my stuff and I looked at theirs, and I'm like, I'm not getting a job.
It's crazy.
I'm like, it's better for me to freelance.
Yeah.
It's way better for me to freelance than actually go to a design firm or a studio and be like, hey man, can I get some work experience? Yeah, okay, cool. You can cut and paste this stuff, and you're on 35 grand a year, and you're gonna go get coffees for us.
Yeah.
Just like that's not like, come on, you know what I mean?
Exactly right.
Yeah,
Exactly
that's
right.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like our whole class, like no one. I think my other mate I was really good friends with. She didn't get a job. She built her own business, right?
Wow.
And she's
What
killing
a-
it. She's
what a
in-
mad dog.
It was mad
That's
though,
it.
right? She's
That's
in
it.
Docklands now. And then my
Yeah.
other mate, who the teacher was like, "Oh, this is the only guy that found a job. He's a lecturer at doing that course now." So it's just like, you know,
That's pretty funny, man.
it's pretty funny, but you kind of like, it's so discouraging when people are like that to your face, and you can see why it can affect your mental health and like your confidence, right? But like, I didn't allow that to discourage me. I was discouraged actually for quite a long time, but then it's just
That's normal.
It's
If you
normal,
didn't
right?
go through that, it wouldn't be normal.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
And
Yeah.
the funny story is like that same lecturer, my mate wore one of my hoodies, and he's like, "Oh, that's a sick hoodie." And it's like, "Oh, that was like Jasper
yours?
designed it."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's right, man. Like,
That's good.
I
That's
think
good.
Full circle,
it
man.
comes full circle sometimes,
That's sick,
right?
that's sick, that's sick.
But like that's the beauty of the struggle.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
you were saying before, like you don't get the good out of it. Like you'll find the good from the struggle when
Yeah.
you pass it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
When you
from-
overcome it.
yeah.
It makes you grow as
Yeah,
a
it makes
person.
you grow, yeah,
It makes you grow. It makes you appreciate certain things. It makes you like one thing that I think of is like, I'm pretty sure all of us can relate to this. All our parents moved from their country to here.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Could you imagine the kind of things that they went through? Whether
Yeah.
they came by boat, whether they came by plane, whether they left their whole family. Like me personally, my dad's from a family of 9. He's got 9 siblings, all from Singapore.
Yeah.
You know? He's the only one that left and came here and started a life, lived here for over
Yeah.
30 years, etc., etc. And then we have the luxury of being, you know, in this country with all its benefits and stuff, and we can't even take a risk on ourselves
Yeah.
to go through a struggle for a week, 2 weeks, a month.
Yeah.
So true.
You know,
yeah.
like we're like, no, we need reserves. We need reserves. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But nah, just Australia is you're lucky enough to be like, if you're broke, you're not that broke. If you get what I mean, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know,
Dude, like our parents, they walked for us so that we could drive, man. Like,
yeah, straight up.
dude, if you when you really put things into perspective, man, and it kind of sucks when you talk to people who are like just victimize themselves by all their struggles in life, and it's like, dude, like look at your parents, man. They went through so much struggle, like getting here. Like our business partner Lim was telling his story of his family coming to here and like
As
his
refugees.
refugees
Yeah.
getting thrown into jail, and it's just like,
Yeah.
you know, like man, the struggles we're going through aren't as difficult as they were, right? But it always comes to the question: your worst thing is your worst thing. Like you can't judge people's struggle, but at the same time, it's like, dude, you gotta sometimes get up and just you gotta push through it, man. You gotta find that grit inside you to just be like, I'm not gonna give up today. You know?
You gotta want better for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I personally think the easiest way to do that is to put yourself around people that want better for you,
100%.
and you want better for them.
Yeah.
There's and I know I always refer back. There's a saying like for us, it's like wish upon your brother what you wish upon yourself. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I love that.
Straight
There's so
up.
many nuggets in this.
Yeah,
I'm just
like literally,
yo, I
wish
love it.
upon your
Yeah,
brother
yeah.
what you wish upon yourself. So for example, like I wish the best for him,
Yeah.
you know, and more, because that's what I want for myself. And I know that if he gets to that place, me being next to him, it'll resonate onto me,
Yeah.
and
Vice
vice
versa.
versa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's beautiful.
Like
Yeah,
it's like people are all about like me, and all this stuff
Yeah.
in this day and age. You know what I mean? Like it's very individual, where it's
Yes,
you're more powerful as a group, as a unit.
100%.
You know what I mean? There's so many like
100%.
if you think about it in the past communities, so many communities like other than like religion and racial like base, they're united. You know what I mean? They're united.
That's
you know
it.
what I mean?
United,
And
man.
And being in Australia, like multiculturalism is a big thing, and it just comes down to like characters and beliefs and what is your like goal at the end.
Yeah.
You know, like for example, if you're into cars, you know, you're gonna go hang out with people who are into cars. You know, and if you're lucky to find a group in there that's like bonds with you, you're gonna hold on to that.
Yeah.
You know, for example, you know.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
yeah.
That's beautiful, man.
It's so good, bro. Like you can snap a stick, but put 15 of them in together. Can you snap it? You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was really good too. Shit, this guy's dropping bombs. You watch out, man. These are gonna be little snippets on Instagram.
That's good, bro.
Stronger together.
Like
man.
we might be the face of this company, but there's a lot of other people behind it that helped
Yes.
us, whether they're business partners and whatnot, but they were involved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And all of them we appreciate. Even the new people that we met through the business. Like there's a handful of them that we met through the business that just out of like love, just come and help us, you know, do favors, you know.
That's it,
And you know what I mean? They're just there's a lot of cool people out there.
Yeah.
You know, but you gotta attract them. You know what I mean? And that's it.
Like attracts like, you know, like all of us are sitting at this table together because we all think similarly. You know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
Like when me and you had that conversation at Mercado, bro, like we vibed instantly.
Instantly,
you know what I
man.
mean? And it's because of that concept of like attracts like. You know, like we have that same kind of mindset, and we also have that fundamental gratitude for our position in life and the blessings that we have been afforded. You know, and we want to just pass that forward, you know, build better for ourselves, you know, build better for our brothers and sisters, you know, like, and right now, bro, in the world, there's a lot of like negativity. There's a lot of like the world right now is not looking very good because it just isn't, you know, and we need more of this familial vibes, you know, like we need to look after each other, you know, 100%. Otherwise we're not going to make it.
100%.
Man, couldn't say any better, bro. Couldn't say any better.
Yeah, that was the one thing I noticed when we first started. We started to attract these people that were like-minded as us. And I didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah.
When people started like talking to us about it, I was like, oh, I really love your brand. I resonate with it. I was like, what? Oh, really?
Yeah.
We didn't expect those things to happen. But yeah, like the more we do it, the more like we're attracting that kind of vibe as well. So it's like awesome.
Definitely. You just gotta put yourself out there. Like when we started, we were scared to put our faces on the brand because like we were
And that's
afraid.
normal.
It's normal, right?
Yeah.
We were afraid, if we failed, they're gonna be like, these guys, like they failed.
Yeah, we didn't want to do it as well for a bit, but
But look where it is, man. Like because we put ourselves out there, like we're able to connect with the world that we're surrounded by, and that's the beauty of it. Like you guys told us, like you gotta just sometimes just dive in and just go head first, man. Like that's action cures fear.
Yeah,
you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Yeah, that's true, bro. Action cures fear, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Action
What was the?
I like that.
What was the thing that you said? What do you call it? You guys had that same fear of like saying that you guys, this is our business. We are putting it out in public. What was the conversation you guys had?
Well, like, do you mean us being reluctant to share our face?
Yeah, like that type of thing. Like,
I mean, I suppose it was because we just decided that there was a right time and a wrong time to do it. Like we wanted to do it when the business was like actually tangible.
Right.
So when we started to, so when we created the Instagram page, like we were just doing like little photos of like food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we were just like teasing, you know, the brand name, the logo, yada yada, you know. And then like slowly we'll put like shots of our back, you know. And then slowly we'll drop the trailer, and then we'll drop our face, you know. So it's like I think, and it wasn't really like a fear, you know, because like once you're in something, bro, you're in it, you know, regardless. And like and Adam and I, we don't really care, like if we fail, you know, like we actually don't, you know, like if it fails tomorrow, like whatever, you know,
Move on to the next one.
Exactly.
yeah, move on to the next
Honestly.
one, you know, whatever. But yeah, I think that was more for like that was more of a strategy decision.
And I think it's also just because of our character. Like there's people that like use this platform to get recognized.
Yeah.
You know? Not throwing any shade, but like for example, influencers.
Yeah.
You know? They love the limelight. For example, for us, it wasn't the limelight. It was just like in our character, we're very like introverted in a way.
Yep.
Right? We're like, we know if we get recognized and all this stuff, we're gonna be saying hello to a lot of people, and a lot of us are just like, that's a lot of effort, you know what I mean? But then we realized we're like, no, we got to do it. We just got to do it, and whatever comes, and we just like got over that. What if we just we'll do it and we just take it, just take whatever comes with it, you know? What I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look, you guys mentioned there's a lot of shit going on in the world, right? I love this question. Like,
go.
if you guys have a magic wand, you had the power to do anything to create greater influence in the world, what would you guys do?
Yeah, beautiful question, bro.
It's deep.
Yeah, beautiful question. But like, I think the answer is pretty simple. But like, if we're talking about magic here, but yeah, like, I would wave it and I would try and eradicate selfishness, and that's it.
Yeah, that's a good.
That's
one.
all I do. And they'll watch, bro. The world will fix itself overnight.
Yeah,
straight up.
Yeah,
Selfishness. That's it.
yeah, that's
it.
a good one.
Yeah.
Me probably like, I don't know, borders or currency. Just the system that we have right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just like building a system around communities.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You know what I mean? Like, if we all built like, there's communities within communities that do things in smaller numbers that is beautiful. You know, for example, like there's like the Somali community here, yeah, for example, or in general, they do this thing where they, instead of going to a bank, they all put their money together, buy a house, and then let's say there's 10 families within a space of a certain amount of time, each one gets a house, and the whole 10 families, like, they're pitching in to pay for it, just so they avoid that, you know. So I would do something like just to introduce like communal, you know, like where like, for example, back in the day, the men go hunt, gather food for the winter, the women take care of the kids, you know what I mean? But like the dollar wasn't there.
Exactly.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's,
everyone helps each other.
Everyone helps each other.
Yeah, everyone helps each other, you know. And I feel like people just forget that because now it's just how deep are your pockets kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Which it's the system that we're in, but it's the mindset behind it. Yeah.
What would you guys do?
Ooh, great question.
We'll throw it back to us.
Throw it back to us, man. I actually want to ask you about this selfishness thing, man. I think selfishness is quite important.
Interesting.
I think if we look at a spectrum of it, too much selfishness, right, at the extremist point, that's terrible.
100%.
But then at the extreme point of being so unselfish, I think that's dangerous.
Selflessness.
Selflessness.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's dangerous too.
Obviously, there's a caveat with everything.
Yeah.
Like, but you need to be like, put your own mask on before you put someone else's mask on.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you maintain that fundamental principle, then you should be good.
For sure. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, it's like, I think there's that. But then you have to ask, what's the mask connected to as well? Like, is it connected?
The oxygen, like in an airplane.
We can have a whole conversation. But no, like, I just like talking about the aspect of spectrums, right? Because like, we can get this conversation so fucking deep. But like, a lot of things work on a spectrum of things, right? Like, we adjust the spectrum based on the circumstances of life, right? If it was, I think selfishness is important sometimes because if we're in a position where we're caring too much about other people and we're not caring too much about ourselves, we were able to accomplish the deeds of others, but then what do we lack in ourselves, right? We lose a part of ourselves in helping others. But I also think it's important for us to be helpful to others because of that, like, you develop that sense of love as well, right? Too much of anything is bad.
Yeah. If it's a universal thing, then if everybody was less selfish, then everybody will look out automatically for each other.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like us on this table, you know what I mean? Like, if we notice that one of our boys or one of our sisters is not doing as good, we're going to come out, reach
always
out.
a helping hand.
How can I help you? You know, is everything okay? You know what I mean? That's what selfishness means. You know? Sorry, selflessness means. Like, it means getting out of yourself and putting yourself in the shoes of somebody else. Yeah. You know? Being more empathetic, having that emotional intelligence. Yeah. You know? Maybe my friend is having a bad day. Let me check in on them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what it means. It doesn't mean like give all your money out to everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just means thinking less about yourself and more about other people.
Yeah.
You know? But make sure that you're good too.
Exactly.
Because you can't
100%,
because you can't look after anyone if you yourself are a shell.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't.
You gotta have the resources to help
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
100%.
You know what I mean?
And then going back to your point, right? Like if everyone is selfless, right, and that person needed help, and then you didn't have the ability to help that person, they would show that some selflessness to you as well, and just like show you that same amount of grace. So it's just like,
100%.
yeah, in a sense, you are kind of
100%.
like right about that, right?
Yeah.
If it's just that domino effect
That's
of just
right.
understanding just having more empathy for
right.
each other,
Yeah.
right?
That's right.
But there's just be
right.
so much more kindness in the
Yeah,
world.
so much more kindness and just like developing good people, right?
Good people.
Just be a good person, man. Good
Yeah.
kind of
It's not
person.
hard.
It's not hard.
I say it's not
I think
hard.
we just oversimplify, or we overcomplicate things.
Yeah, we
right?
overcomplicate
We
it.
overcomplicate and we
Overcomplicate,
overthink things,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oftentimes, that's what
But
it is.
yeah, the real world is very is very murky. You know,
It
there's a
is.
lot of crossed lines. You know, like what I mean by that is there are forces, for example, politics, commodities,
Yeah.
money, behind the scenes, that people want to take control of.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and the actions of these people run off negatively into the rest of the world. You know, when you just ask yourself a simple question of how is there billions of dollars in the hands of a fraction of people,
Yeah.
while at the exact same time, you know, you have people dying from lack of
Yeah.
water.
Yep.
You know, like when you ask yourself questions like that, it's like you think how broken the world is. You know
Oh,
what I
bro.
mean?
Preach.
So that was the reason why I said selfishness. You know, like people, and I'm not. I know that solving these issues isn't as simple as just saying there's no more selfishness in the world. You know, like there's a lot of work that needs to go behind it, but like fundamentally, selfishness is a very big problem.
Yeah.
You know.
And look, we're not solving any.
Flicking the one.
Yeah, flicking the one.
Flick
Like
the
we're
one.
not solving anything with these podcasts, right? We're just, it's all hypothetical,
Yeah,
man. It's
100%,
like just creating conversations
Yeah,
between each
100%.
other.
But it's
right?
food for thought.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
food for
And-
thought.
And
Yeah.
a lot of the times it's just opening these topics and getting people to think differently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like imagine you're just saturated with one type of like advertisement, one type of like social input in you, and
Yeah.
you're just like, you know, you're oblivious to the world.
Yeah.
Like ignorance is not an excuse, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
Fair enough, if you don't know, if you're uneducated in an area, but if you seek for it and you ask and you look, that's different. But if you just like put a blind eye and it's different. It's two different type of people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
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 You know what I mean? Like you're not expected to know everything, but like open yourself to it. There's so many types of people and cultures and things in the world that you're not gonna. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, like it's just you just gotta be open to it. Yeah.
But you flipped the question on us. How would you answer that
To be
question?
honest, yeah, but like, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna piggyback on it. But yeah, no, like you really convinced me with that point of selfishness because like that leads to kindness and love for others and like just taking care of one another. That's the thing
Yeah.
that greediness is like such a poison in our society. Like
Isn't it a 7 deadly sin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
You know?
Agreed.
Just being content with what you have.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure everyone has a greedy story. You know,
Oh,
like,
definitely.
They go, they win something, they get greedy, and they go home with nothing. You know what I mean? Just
Exactly.
as an example.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a TikTok of that like literally a couple of hours ago. The guy's got that, you know, that song, you are, you know, that song? Anyway, like he's recording his face, and the caption goes, "I got paid at 3:30. It's 6:30 now. I promised myself one bet, and I've got no money left.
Yeah.
And what am I going to tell my wife and my kids? You know,
Oh,
like
shit.
the guy blew his whole paycheck in like 2 hours.
Yeah. Fuck.
So like just shit like that, bro.
That's
It's like
crazy.
far, bro.
That's just stupidity, bro, straight up.
Yeah.
It is.
That's irresponsible.
That's irresponsible.
Yeah.
That's just, yeah. No likes for that.
No likes on that. I mean, thumbs down, man. But isn't that crazy? Like, so some social media platforms have removed the thumbs down because it just affects us so
Oh,
much.
lol, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like so crazy, man. Like, we've become so
dependent
on the number of likes and this digital. We've attached our identity to this digital space. It's crazy.
That's another problem as well, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Man, I wish we could solve problems.
Get a pen and paper, man.
Get a pen and paper, boys. Let's go. We're gonna solve the world.
These are topics that you can really get into.
Oh,
like,
100%.
they're super deep. It comes back to like people's upbringings, what they find as values and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know? Like it's deep topics.
It's a deep topic, man. Deep topic.
Yeah.
Well, look, I want to be mindful of time, so we don't want to take too much time for you guys to set up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So let's close out the podcast.
No worries.
So we'd love to have you guys back on because
Yeah.
we just absolutely vibing
for
you
sure.
guys.
Yeah,
You know, it's
for sure.
incredible conversations
Yeah, why
and
not?
just love you guys' mindset. But the way we end these podcasts is 3 questions. So, first question: what are you guys grateful for?
You want to go first?
To be honest, me personally, I'm grateful for the people that I was fortunate enough to grow up with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My family, my wife, my daughter, and the boys.
Yeah.
They're probably like, you know, I didn't grow up with like a normal, you know, you got your cousins here, you got your aunties and uncles. They were all overseas. So the closest things to that was the boys. And then when I got my wife and daughter, I was like, man, and I was blessed to have those 2 parties work out.
Yeah.
Meaning that my wife and kids get along with my boys and my boys love my wife and kids. There's nothing worse than your boys hating your wife and et cetera, et cetera, you know what I mean? But other than that, like everything else can... It's alright. Everything else doesn't really matter to me, you know?
Like, my response is very similar to Adam's. Like, I'm very grateful for the people in my life, you know? Very grateful.
Yeah.
You know? I think the people in my life have helped me become a stronger person, you know? I'm grateful for my mother especially because she is someone who never makes me forget that where I am is not where I want to be, you know? She's very good at pointing out my flaws and making me look at it like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm grateful for the people around me, 100%.
Beautiful.
Yeah, 100%.
Beautiful.
Second question.
Second question. What have you realized? What's a realization you've had?
Oh, what's the realization I've
I'm
had?
getting old. I'm getting old.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, go.
I don't know. Probably, realization is just like the value of time. Value of time.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't have the energy levels that I used to.
Yeah.
Like I used to be so energetic. Still am. Still trying to be, but it's just time.
Yeah.
You
Time.
old, man.
Yeah, I'm literally-
I'm old.
Nah, bro, we're not old, man. No,
But
we're
you
not
still
old.
feel like young-ish, kind of.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, but your body reminds you that you're
Exactly.
old. You know? Your mind probably doesn't. You know? Like I can remember when I was like 21 playing games, didn't have worries, you know, all this stuff. But now it's just like, oh wait, I need sleep.
Yeah. A realization that I'm having slowly is that I need to take care of my body. You know, I need to take care of my, just my limbs, my muscles, you know, all that stuff. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, like, this is the vehicle for what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, so I need to take care of it.
That's it, man.
That's
Longevity.
Longevity.
Yeah.
Durability.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
Good.
Final question.
Good questions.
What is a question you guys ask yourself?
Am I doing enough?
100%. I was
Yeah.
just about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Am I doing enough?
Beautiful.
And me
Yeah.
personally, I never feel like that. I
Yeah.
never feel like I do enough.
Yeah.
Literally. Like it will be like at a point where everything is all good and stuff. And I'll turn around and look at him. I'm like, bro, let's do something. And I'll literally just be like, I don't work. I don't do work. And I hate that. I hate feeling like I don't do work. And I just be like, let's do this. Let's do this idea. Let's pop this up. Let's do that. Let's do. And he'll be looking at me. He'll look at me like, bro, we're like 4 months in. Like, relax, chill. And I just be like, no. You know. And that's just that's a me problem. Not a problem, but it's just I don't think I do enough.
Yeah.
Even though in other people they might think I do a lot.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But 100%. I think that's just.
Yeah, am I doing enough, bro? It's like it makes you because that question, what it does is it makes you assess, you know. And what happens when you assess? You look at what you've accomplished or what you've not accomplished, and it makes you plan the next steps.
Yeah.
You know, and me, I'm a planner. I love a good plan. You know what I mean? I love making sure that look, I do things methodically.
Yeah.
I don't skip steps, and I don't go to I don't go to a project without making sure that the project that I've left is taken care of. You know, and whereas Adam, he's not the opposite of that, but he's very like he smashes things out, and he moves on to the next one.
Yeah.
You know. So am I doing enough? That question always puts me in a growth mindset, in a progress mindset.
Yeah.
You know, while it also like because I have a tendency to like chill as well.
Yeah.
I love chilling.
Yeah,
I love chilling.
We love
That couch right there, right? That's my couch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. So am I doing enough?
Yeah. Beautiful. Yo, thank you guys.
No,
You boys are beautiful, man. Nah, we
Thank
really
you.
appreciate you guys being on, man. And
yeah.
yo, like, you guys have an absolutely killer place here.
Thanks,
so
Thank you,
It's
man.
amazing.
you guys
you.
make sure to visit them and like get yourself a brisket because it's fucking
Yeah.
delicious.
Thank
those
you.
chips, those
Thank
fries.
you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Lemon
Thank
pepper,
you.
baby.
Mwah.
Yeah, much
So
love.
good.
Awesome.
so like,
Thank
where
you
can
very
people
much.
find you?
13 Stub Street, Kensington.
Yeah,
Yeah, behind the pavilion.
that's it.
Follow us on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Tisiri Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah, dope.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Much
Thank
love,
you, man.
bro. Much
Thank
love,
you, guys.
much
Thank you
love,
for having
much
us on.
love.
Of course. We
Yeah.
hope you guys found value in this podcast
100%.
and always stay safe, always take care, and always get up.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yo.
Okiru.